We're actually
hot.
We're actually hot. Okay, so
Wait, no, hold on. Because this is all wobbly.
But we're still on, so we can talk while he adjusts.
Yeah.
We are on. Yeah, you could say we're on. Okay, Lisa, that was
fucking
my big
Christopher
toe.
Nolan over here. He's like fucking making Oppenheimer 2. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oppenheimer 2.
This is insane. 5 cameras pointed. This camera just is pointed at a speck of. This isn't even going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like 18 images of her on the screen. This is insanity. It's a podcast, bro. You need a Zune and one iPhone, maybe 2. An iPhone, an iPad, and a Zune.
And this is why he makes
mine's overproduced too, so I know.
That's why he's making the big bucks now.
Yeah.
Not to capture the hearts and minds of the audiences today.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. I think like.
What do you not know about?
I don't. Okay.
I feel like you're flustered.
Let us know when you're recording so we know where to look.
I'm calm and cool as a cucucber. I'll tell you this.
Okay, tell us.
We're just rolling now.
Okay, got it. Welcome back to another episode. What camera are we looking in?
We're just going.
Where's my camera? Over here?
There's 17 cameras. Look anywhere.
we
It
always
doesn't matter. Look anywhere. Look under the chair.
Welcome
There's
back
a
to
camera
another
There's a
fucking
hidden camera. It's a hidden camera show, honestly.
What's your name?
Toilet Cam 6. I'll be on Toilet. I'll be on Toilet Cam 6 where Keith apparently left a log.
Okay, no, because here's the thing. So
who's shitting? What grown man is shitting and not flushing the toilet and leaving the shit in there?
No, because do you want to hear it? So here's the thing.
Skid marks.
He tried to flush, but it was just so massive. It was just so strong.
It was a healthy shit.
We're
talking about skid marks.
No.
Our friend Keith left
we're talking about Keith. Yeah, no. Lee just leaves like his delicate ones in there, and then Gabby has to usually go and flush it. But
I do.
Lee, come on, man. Is this a joke or is this you're just absent in the brain and you're just shitting in the toilet?
Unfortunately for Lee, this has become the running bit.
Are you making a joke or are you a fucking lunatic? Which one of those two is it?
You choose. You get to
I don't know.
It's your journey now.
It's scary if you guys have that kind of a familiarity where you're joking about eating shits for each other.
Yeah.
You, I believe. Harper, I still have hope for you. But
what's crazy is that you are right. Because this is the kind of shit that I do. And, you should
okay, so I walk upstairs to use the bathroom and I open up the toilet lid and I see a monstrosity. And it was like
tire marks.
It was offensively graphic is what I saw, and that's the only way I have no choice but to describe it like that. And so I text the group chat a picture of it to Gabby, and I go, Gabby, ... come on, dude. And then she was like, that wasn't me. And I'm like, oh yeah, was it Kate? Was it Kate? No, it was you. And then Kate goes, oh shit, no, that wasn't Gabby, that was Keith. And we were like, oh. And then I had to go.
Not to be too graphic, but was it the log in there?
No, it was like tire marks, skid marks.
Okay, well,
we're talking about skid marks.
Oh,
but it seemed intentional.
If you don't have the brush,
hatred. Then there's a brush. Don't worry. There's all the cleaning tools you could ever need in that bathroom.
Well, yeah, you get the brush out and you.
Can you imagine like starting to date a girl and you go over to her house, you take a fat log and then you leave it skidded?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not shitting in your house
for how long?
For a minute, like. No, I did have to. If I sleep over.
You holding it in?
No, I'm not holding it in. I'm gonna take a shit, but like, I don't know. I'm not like I don't want to.
Doesn't your body like shut down? I feel like my body just like shuts that down. Like it's like that's not even an option.
There's
in this location.
There's a little sexual manhole cover that it's a little disc that slides over your asshole, and when you're actually engaged in sex and trying to be sexy, that disc sometimes will stop it for a bit. It just goes, and then eventually it opens. You don't even have it.
I don't have it. I know it's really bad.
Listen, you guys, you don't have to. You don't have to see. Like, I don't even want to I don't want to fart. I don't want to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
Because
okay, you know what? Thank you for saying that.
Can I be transparent about something? When I am having sexual intercourse from behind, if it's going too hard, I often feel like I am going to actively shit myself. I had to tell my boyfriend to please stop the other day because I was like, I'm going to fucking shit. Dude.
Maybe tell your friend, my friend too. Maybe say, hey man, you want to take it easy back there?
Take it easy. You're slamming the shit out of me.
Yeah.
He's getting it all rumbled up.
Yeah. He's jarring a bunch of shit loose. It's like
it's getting it all rumbled up.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Pal.
Does that not ever happen to you?
I feel like I'm going to vomit if it's like too hard.
Okay, I'm getting a phone call. Let's see if it's from my dad. Oh, it's from my boyfriend that
was like
shakes the shit around inside of my asshole.
He has you in his phone as slam pig number 6.
His dick is ringing.
It is, and his dick is ringing.
So yeah, I mean, listen, just so we're clear that part of the sexual act is for us, right?
You have the disc that goes over your asshole.
No. The violent fucking. I mean, it's fun, but like that's more in our territory. And then the other part of it is the beginning of. Well, I'm talking about my sex life. Like that's how men usually need to like get where they're going. It's like they need to have something visceral. You know, you're not gonna bust from just like
tender loving,
tantric feathers and fucking.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well, every guy.
No, because Gwyneth Paltrow she's trying to say that you can.
And she did. She did that whole episode
in her Netflix.
Just touching people with feathers and stuff, and they can come.
You can bust from that. I mean,
Men too.
Men too.
I don't know. Maybe.
And we've got two men here saying, "Well, guess what?
Don't smile like that. Don't not smile, but don't grimace."
So you have to have visceral, insane sex.
Hypnotic.
No, not insane, but
because you're saying you're having violent sex.
No. What I'm saying is that
you said that you have to get like.
No, I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is why are we talking about? I'm saying that
we were trying to talk about skids.
Fucking like that is more like it's kind of more like in the male fantasy of having sex and the female area of sex of the sex. Like let's say there's a sex spectrum and like there's a
please
like
no okay, so there's a spectrum
like
and we're all on
like let's say you're having sex with someone and like you're figuring out what that person needs and what the woman needs is not just like
being rammed.
Right? They need something else.
Yeah,
most likely there's something else going on. The other part
that was intense. So scary.
Yeah.
That was from behind. Yeah.
That's
well, I'm just imagining your poor frail like your little bird arms.
Ow!
Yeah, your tiny
he
frail
grabbed me.
Your tiny frail body just getting pummeled by John. And you're just
it's a meaty guy. He's a dense guy.
Yeah, he's very dense. I mean, dude, the guy can do a fucking anyone that can from standing still just instantly do a flip.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like there's a lot of power. There's a lot of power.
Built like a bulldog.
Yeah, he obviously has amazing thighs, great hips. He probably has a great powerful ass.
He does. He's a very powerful ass.
Yeah, everyone knows. I learned this recently. The ass is the engine of the body. So I had to start working. I had to start doing exercise. See, I'm taking us out of the sex area.
Yeah,
I had to start doing exercise.
No, it's your podcast today.
Yeah.
This is powerful.
We're human centipeding, and you're in the front, and you're just.
I'm in the front, and I'm feeding you guys.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feed you first for sure.
Oh yeah, because we're human centipeding.
Yeah, we're human centipeding.
And Lee's the doctor.
I'm the caboose.
Oh, he's the doctor.
No, Lee's the doctor that wanted all of this
to
happen.
Now feed her.
Yeah.
I learned that because I kept getting hurt in my jiu-jitsu classes. I learned that my butt was weak. So I got a personal trainer who said we have to build up that muscle.
Okay.
So I spent like the past year like working on trying to build that muscle because that protects your back. She's like, that's the engine. The reason why I know John has a powerful, supple, round ass is because that man, I've seen him just do a flip out of nowhere. And that's all ass power.
Yeah.
And that's why he's thrusting. He's just banging you until you fucking see stars. And you're such a people pleasing dumb bitch that you're like,
oh my god,
that you can't stop him and say, hey honey, I don't want to have my breakfast rearranged right now. I feel like. Look, I really hit up.
Power behind you're a people-pleasing dumb bitch. He has been waiting his entire life.
You just verbally came on her face on her own fucking.
You got to stop him and say, baby. Maybe I want all my organs to stay in one place today. Maybe it's just
and it's not even really about the organ rearranging. It's literally about I can feel the shit coming to the surface.
You're gonna shit.
Well,
that's one way to slow him down.
But here's the thing with Gab, you do know that you have some sort of IBS. There is something that is
there's a lot of stuff
slightly that is abnormal.
Wait, hold on. I want to get back
to this, mean way, but just in like
I'm not
a caring way.
Thank you. Yeah. But here's what I want to get back to.
Oh.
Is why the ass is the core of your.
The ass is the engine of like. Okay,
your
look.
Power?
If all your power really.
Because she's got tits and no ass. So what does that mean for her?
Well, that's a different kind of power. She has. It
is a different kind of power.
Big tits, and
I mean, honking tits.
Big honking monsters. Big wobbly whammers. Big jam in fucking slappers, whatever you want to call them.
Okay, yeah.
Slappers, yeah. Gun to my head, I'm gonna pick slappers.
Yeah. I feel like armed with a set of great tits, you can probably move mountains. But that's a different kind of power. I'm talking about actual physical power.
Right.
That does nothing for her physically.
Right.
Right.
No,
it hurts my back.
Yeah.
Because she also doesn't have an ass to keep the back in place.
No.
But like athletes, all powerful athletes have great asses because
they do.
All the real power is from the waist. Like this being buff and like strong up here is like cool. But the real power, if you're really like, is really like from here down to here, right? That's power. Like the legs.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a physique, you're very strong. I mean, just fucking like built from the waist down, but very thin, kind of crumbly top, or the opposite.
Yeah,
super buff top,
emaciated bottom.
Thin legs.
Unfortunately, I would have to choose the more aesthetically pleasing strong top with shitty bottom because
with chicken legs.
Yeah, because if I have a tiny torso and huge legs, I'm gonna look like I'm like a bell. And that's not aesthetically pleasing. Stronger, I can probably kick the shit out of somebody and run up a hill, right?
You could run really fast.
You could, but you couldn't really carry that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and do you really just want to be running from everything?
Yes, that's what we do. We run.
That's so true.
But I do happen to possess very powerful legs.
I'm glad that you possess that.
Yeah. I just have very strong, huge calves, giant quads.
Would you say you were born with those?
Or did you earn them like a man?
I don't know where it came from. It probably from like carrying around so much fat. It's like made my legs strong. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where it comes from? I just have always had big. I remember this one girl used to call me Big Legs, which I thought was funny. She goes, "What's up, Big Legs?" And I'm like, "That's me."
It is pretty funny.
I'm Big Legs.
That's like straight to the point.
Yeah, she really narrowed it down. She really crystallized my entire function into.
Did anyone else start calling you that?
No. It was just her.
No, it was just y'all.
It was a long time.
Special
very
thing.
obscure niche person. Look at you can see my boots. These are. I was hiking, guys, and we
get it. We get it. You were working. He was using his big legs to hike. He was on a big hike.
It wasn't a big hike. It was a casual hike. Look at this. No, I don't do Runyon.
Where do you go?
Griffith. I'm a Griffith guy. Runyon's like the headshot hike. That's
fuck Runyon.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah. Full
for
makeup,
the listeners who don't know what's
heels,
going on,
hiking in heels.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They're
or like full on outfits. No.
For our listeners who are not familiar with the hiking trails in LA, there's Runyon Canyon and there's Griffith Park. And if you do Runyon, you're essentially going to celebrities to do celebrity sightings.
It's like a club on a hill.
It is.
You're like, I'm gonna get laid. I'm gonna meet a manager.
It's not relaxing. There's desperation reeking all over the mountain.
Right.
Griffith is huge, and there's also kind of I'm always a little bit scared when I hike there because there's coyotes. There's always stories coming out about people finding torsos in the bushes in Griffith.
You can see actual people having sex off in the woods. Like there's just kind of like
I've never seen that.
Whoa.
I guess but you know what? There was a cruising area on the other side where I don't hike. There was an area like where there's a secret like cruising bush I heard about.
But a cruising bush?
Like where dudes fuck each other. Like it's
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
It's like come here in this bush, and it's like
cruising.
Yeah.
I think fucking Matt LeGrand is the one that even told us about this.
And here we go. Here he comes. Every episode. We have a segment on Matt LeGrand. Yeah, we have it.
Yeah, I had him on my pod.
He was just on yours.
It's our only segment.
We have a Matt LeGrand segment.
You guys just had him on?
No, we had him on a while ago.
We haven't had him on in a long time, and he made a lot of enemies coming on this podcast.
He did?
Who were like, Jesus, he was rude. What the hell? He was mean.
He's reading all the stories and then insulting everybody who wrote in.
That's great.
It was great. It was
he's like, thanks for telling us. Like, just after every single sentence, we're like, oh.
So every episode we have a segment now.
Then he hated on buys.
I love that. I was talking to him last night about all that stuff. We were talking about bi people.
Oh.
About bi men.
What do you think about them?
About bi men.
Well, we were talking about bi here. Again, I'm gonna get myself in deep shit, but we're talking to him and a woman who's bi and two gay men and then two straight guys. And we're talking about like our take on bisexual people. And I'm like, the general take is that bisexual men are just gay.
Yeah.
And bisexual women are bisexual.
Yeah.
And then the woman was like, that's bi erasure. And I'm like, I don't know, whatever.
Shut up, you fucking bitch.
No, I would never call anyone a bitch ever.
Thank you.
I respected. So listen, everyone, this one went out and got another face tat. Because
I did.
She's like, listen, I have to add more to more is more.
More is more. I texted him on my way. He said, don't you do it, you fucking idiot. And I said, I'll show you.
I literally was like, I felt good. I was like, I talked her out of another mistake. And then he texted me 5 minutes later. There's just like a rose coming out of your mouth. And like there's a tear coming out into the rose's bud. Like, holy shit.
Over here? There it is.
But here's the thing. It could have been more abrasive. It's just right off to the side.
Let me see. Let me see this.
You can't even see it. That's how subtle and delicate it is. You can't even see it. Thank you.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
So beautiful, isn't it?
But now you're done.
We'll see. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
You never.
What,
one day at a time.
Wait, with like face tattoos?
Yeah, she's
She
addicted.
should get like one word on there.
I should.
Like sell it.
Subtlety.
If you're gonna commit.
Yeah.
Subtle.
Yeah.
It's the word is
Or delicate.
Yeah.
sparse, or it's just you know
Yeah.
what is the minimalism?
Less is more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Minimalism. Yeah.
So good.
Okay.
Love
Or
it.
under the eyes. I think under the eyes is a cute.
What does John? Does John love it? He loves the tattoos.
He doesn't
loves
give.
it.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care about anything.
He doesn't give me any feedback on anything because he
Really?
says, yeah.
Because he refuses to gossip.
He doesn't want to talk about
Oh,
that.
okay.
He says, "You just
Wait, he won't even gossip to you about yourself?
No.
Listen, let me tell you guys something. Gossip. That's the one character defect that I'm like not willing to let go of.
It's a hard one.
And when people come over, they're like, "I'm not gossiping to him." I'm a bitch. You need to. I need it. I need
It's
to
really.
I need to gossip.
We've talked about this so many times on this podcast because
I
I'm
need to-
trying to let go of it, but man,
Why are we letting go of this?
it's hard. It's especially
It's
as
like
a
almost
comedian.
your fucking job to gossip.
I
Like, what are
know.
you kidding me?
I know.
I love hearing the chismos. Like, I want to hear all this shit. I also like. I don't want to be gossiped about, but obviously, I probably
See, but
am.
that's the thing. It's like you know that if you're gossiping, other people are gossiping.
Right, but you can't stop it.
That's true.
It's a tide of gossip that will never recede ever. It's never going to stop. And I like when people try to fight it. Like John, I feel like is kind of stoic enough where he might not gossip.
He does.
but-
He will not. I've never heard him say a fucking
No, he gets
thing.
very
I've
silent.
tried to gossip,
That's
and he
so
goes.
sick.
He
He
goes.
goes-
I don't feel comfortable talking about this. I go.
He's really by the book.
He's really bad.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
Me too.
that.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like
it's
the
good
only
for
time he'll like give his input is like sometimes I'll be like, John, what do you think about this? And he's like, okay. And like if he wants to, then he'll respond. But other times, like the other day, like I was talking about something with Gabby and John it was to Gabby, but John was in the living room and he didn't want to take part in it. So he didn't say like one single word. And I'm
You
like,
won't.
I honestly respect that.
I feel like I can make him crack somehow. I would take him through the back door. I would be
Yeah.
like, "Damn, that's a cool motorcycle, huh?" And he'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah, it's cool, man. The
You got a
tires."
Big fat ass, John. Where do you?
No, you gotta ease in.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
tires.
Yeah, no,
the
so
tires.
you didn't lube up that
Yeah,
condo,
yeah.
Gab.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
you
yeah.
went
Right
in
through the-
dry. This is
he
why
won't
you're
even
getting
gossip about
pounded from the
himself.
back.
You
Yeah.
gossiped. You don't. It's like you're post gossip. It wasn't even gossip. You're like, yeah, John's slamming the shit out of me. It's not even. You're on the other side of gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even like I heard so and so think so and so is
No,
cute. It's
true.
like,
Well, here's the thing.
yeah,
I told the truth.
yeah, you're honest.
I told.
And gossip is
And that's
honesty.
a gossip loophole, I think, to not go like, God, don't you think she's like whatever? You just go the straight facts. Like, she texted me this. But it's like you're not gossiping, you're giving a fact. You're reciting
You're telling
an
the truth.
event
You're
that
a truth-
happened.
You're a truth teller.
Thank you.
You're an oath keeper. I would say.
You could say
Wow.
that. I should.
You
Yes,
guys are really kind of having something right here.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what oath keepers are?
What?
Isn't that like the weird right? You know what an oath keeper is, right?
Yeah, it's like weird, like white supremacist.
Yeah, she's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
she's-
I didn't know that.
No, you already
Okay.
co-signed for that too on the air. So
Yeah.
Huh.
clip
So
that.
I am the oath
Clip it.
keeper.
Clip that. Repeat it 6 times. Where I go, you're an oath keeper. He goes, yeah, I believe in the truth.
I am
goddamn.
an oath keeper. I am.
And that's a very oath keeperish hat.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, do you even like play fucking poker?
Never played in my life.
Well, you sure.
And I
you
love
should-
that.
You're wearing
But
our costume.
We get it. You're the fucking poker guy.
I mean,
You came in here hot, and I almost like it. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: I think
Yeah, he did. He came in here post hike.
you've seen cards before. You've
I've
played
seen
Go
cards.
Fish, so
I've seen them
maybe
Yeah.
don't erase bi people, and maybe don't erase other card games.
because we're dealing with a bi queen over here.
Well, you're bisexual?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's,
not the
What?
perking.
she
Okay,
was, she's
No,
been
no,
dating
no,
one.
no, because
I'm-
you're about to come for me. You're about
No,
to come
I
for
I'm
me.
not going to come for you.
Okay.
Because Matt accused me, he goes, guys think that all bisexual women are hot. I'm like, the bisexual female fantasy is not, it doesn't exist. Like the only way it exists in any way for us is like, if she's like, I'm going to come fuck you with my friend. That doesn't happen. The reality is like, she's in a relationship with another woman. They're insanely codependent. They move in on the second date. And like, it's just.
No, not the bis, not the gay bi girls.
No?
No. The straight fucking like the strictly gay girls that they're U-hauling.
Oh, they're
yes.
U-hauling, yeah.
But the bi gays, no. It takes longer.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So maybe I'm general. I honestly don't know. I
Here's
don't know
Well, you were
anything.
just
Can I-
enlightened.
But
Let
I was being accused of like male fantasy bi. Like the reason why I think that bi men are gay and bi women are not, or something like that, is because of male fantasy. I'm like, it's not because I'm imagining having sex with you and your girlfriend. It's just like, I don't know.
Here's
Wait.
what I want to know. Here's what I want to know.
Yeah,
From two straight men. Do you
what did you just do in quotations?
One of us is definitely not straight. just by the law of like averages, one of us is definitely
leans a little bit.
Has had a dick within their vicinity, too close.
Right.
For comfort.
Too close for
and
comfort.
We can share your experience after this question.
And we can. So straight men, do you watch lesbian porn, strictly lesbian porn?
No.
That doesn't
do anything for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No. I mean, no.
Lee, okay, well, that's actually jarring coming from Lee because Lee has watched a vast, catalog.
I've gone there and back with porn.
Can I ask you this? Would you prefer to watch lesbian porn or gay male porn? Which one do you think would have more of an effect sexually?
The dumbest question ever.
Gun to your head.
No, I think that's fun.
I'm watching lesbian porn. Gay fucking doesn't turn me on.
I don't know, because you guys like watching things go into holes. So I don't know.
And you like the ferociousness.
Who said no? I didn't say I like the ferocious. I said that fucking you as hard as humanly possible is more for the guy than it is for the girl. And there's a different kind of fucking that happens. Everything has its place. Hi, my name's Alex Two-Tone. This is tea time. I don't know what the fuck, like.
This is backpedaling.
Yeah. No, I'm being misquoted, and I'm saying that, like, am I wrong? Like, yes, people like to fuck hard both sides of the coin. But if you were to separate sex into two spectrums or whatever, I feel like that hardcore fucking is more on the guy side, and another kind of sex is more on the women's side. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong.
I don't think you're wrong.
Okay, well then fucking why
there's not nobody has a gun to your head.
Yeah, there's no gun to your head.
Well,
you just hiked Runyon. I think we all just need to kind of
full of endorphins.
I'm not full of endorphins. I'm very melancholy. It's very gray out today.
Whatever hike he did sucked because he didn't come in here with the endorphins. He said
I came in. Listen, you guys, if you guys had the cameras running when we came in, I had to tell you guys to shut up a couple times because I'm like, save it for the pod. Now I can't remember anything I said. Well, and we were having the best back and forth, the best repartee, the best conversation.
Well, we have a topic to talk about.
We do have a topic to talk about.
Yeah, so this isn't just honk your tits hour. So we can actually get it.
Honk your tits.
I will tell you.
Honk some tits.
He came in here talking about how ugly my hat was, and that was what.
That's not what I said. You said
no, he did it.
You
no,
said
he did it.
I did it.
No, because
you said, "Do you like my hat?" And I said no.
And that's why you can't actually be an oath keeper. But here's the thing.
And then someone said that Lucas, who no one knows who this guy is, but Lucas wears sparkly hats and he walks so you could fly, which is very funny.
It's just very funny,
right?
To two or maybe three people, but I can.
Wait,
speak
you guys
for
have two
else.
iPads? What are you guys? There's so much technology in this room.
You've never watched the show?
You've been on the show.
You guys didn't have iPads.
We 100% did. We've had iPads from the beginning.
Who's
paid for these iPads?
You've read
my mom.
From stories.
My mom bought these for me.
Your mom bought the iPads. Oh fuck! I feel like I need to pay more attention to my podcast because
your podcast is doing great.
We read stories,
and you've read them before because you've been on this before.
Yeah, you've been on this. Okay, so Alex, do you want to tune in? Okay, so okay, no, because now I'm getting a phone call and I'm getting.
I know, and I keep.
I love that you guys get phone calls on your pod. That's the one part. You have all this fucking equipment, all these things going on 16 iPads, 24 cameras.
You've checked your phone 3 times already. Come on, okay, and Gabby,
it's not ringing. It's not. I'm checking the time. It's like 10. I'm supposed to meet an electrician at my house. I mean, come on.
Okay.
What time is the electrician coming?
Well, now he's not. I better tell him. You better come a little later because we definitely started.
We definitely
okay,
started.
Gabby, you need to stop checking your phone.
Okay, I do. Here we go.
Okay.
So today's subject
is obsession. It's things you're obsessed with.
Things you're obsessed with. So I guess we could get into things we're obsessed with, or should we just get in? Well, okay.
And are we reading letters too, or
we're reading?
Yeah, we're reading letters.
Okay,
Okay,
I've got actually a nice one for you to read.
What we do is we say the subject, which is obsession, and then we go. Okay, and then we go around.
Lee, sorry, do you have any more coffee? Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, and I love that, and I honestly love that because that sets the tone, which is already.
He said, "Can we get out of here? I've got an electrician."
Bad and for his fake house, it's a studio.
He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a fucking house.
It's a fucking studio apartment with bed bugs, and I'm getting pissed off.
I don't have.
And he hasn't turned the lights on yet.
I had bed bugs.
Yeah,
I had them in my old place.
In your nice one, the one that you just moved out of?
Yeah, the nice place that I gave up, and it was half the price of this one, and I moved in with my ex-girlfriend, and she left. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And that explains the energy. Doot, 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 doot. Honk, honk. So anyway, so things are going
that
great.
place because I wanted it.
I'm obsessed with that.
I hope you fucking roofied it, Lee. So
Thank
you just got moved to the back of the human centipede, and I hope you know that.
No, anyway, I want to be the.
No, the middle's pretty bad.
Yeah,
the middle's the worst.
The middle's the worst.
Really?
You're
Wait,
and it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Are you obsessed with anything?
The front guy. Am I obsessed with anything?
Yeah.
What are we talking? Are we talking about obsessed like in the way where people are like, I'm obsessed? Or are we talking about like deep dark?
It can be
obsessed?
negative
honestly, whatever obsession means to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm obsessed with everything that makes me feel good, and I have to temper that.
As an alcoholic, that is relatable,
right? Anything that it makes me feel good, or anything that offers me a departure from reality. Now, some of that is good. Some of that's like going to the gym and like getting in the sauna. Like that's great. I don't know if I'm
going
obsessed.
on a hike.
Going on a hike. I'm obsessed with. I guess I might be obsessive in like more positive things, and I've been obsessed with very negative things. But I've been obsessed with everything. Anything you can be obsessed with, I've been obsessed with.
And that's
food, drugs, sex, money, work, people, everything.
Everything.
Can I ask, when you feel like you get a handle on the drinking and money and whatever, do you feel like it's like an endless like whack-a-mole situation where it just keeps like popping up with like a new obsession that you have to like get a hold of? Or do you feel like when you are in control of the way your brain works, you don't have these whack-a-mole obsession tendencies?
I think eventually what happens is if you do enough work and you figure out and you come to terms with the fact that you are a heavily dented, damaged soup can, that needs a lot of support and needs a village to raise a fucking asshole, right? Like once you figure that out.
You're looking at me when you say that.
Yeah, you really just delivered that to her.
All of it.
Made me feel good, but probably made her feel bad.
I'm looking at you as a mirror of myself.
It's the hat.
I'm imagining if my teeth were bedazzled.
Yeah.
Okay. And I love that.
No, I think that like I feel like now I'm in a place where I have enough things I have enough fucking things in my arsenal to like temper all that stuff. But if I take away all the things that make me healthy, I will devolve into like a piece of shit, I think.
100%.
If I take all the things away that I do spend a lot of time caring for myself. And I know that sounds very woo-woo and fucking disgusting and whatever, but suck a dick.
It doesn't.
Right? But I spend a lot of my time being like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And that makes me feel good until I'm able to navigate things like, life. I've had a wild year and I've been able to navigate it and walk through it. And it's like, it's not as bad as previous when I was younger, where I just like some bad shit would happen and I basically would like hide out in my house and like, feel sorry for myself and eat pizza and like, which is cool too. Do that, but like I can't do that.
Only for like a day.
I know, yeah, only for a day. But I would do it for like 8 months or something crazy.
Yeah.
Or like just completely devolve into just like chaos.
I don't understand how people are actually just regulated. How people don't have
the normal people.
Yeah, how you're not just
They're
like
healthy.
an obsessive fucking.
They're healthy. Their Uncle Steve didn't like lock them in the bathroom and like
and
fuck
beat him
them
with
in
nickels.
the ass. Yeah.
Oh, and fuck him in the ass.
Yeah, whatever the fuck didn't happen to them made them. There are people that are super healthy. They navigate life and they look at the world in this place where like the world's here to like provide me with great things.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna have this thing and that thing, and then they just navigate life and they have a different perspective. Whereas people who like come from chaos, you navigate life in a way where you're like scared of everything, but you want everything else. And narcissistic and you're a piece of shit around which the world revolves, and like you have to figure out how to navigate that and temper it, and you got to throw a lot of work at the problem. You got to take care of yourself because no one's going to take care of you, and you're going to end up
getting your guts rearranged by life.
Right.
So you could say that you're pretty much an obsessive person.
Did I say that?
That was a great button for all of that.
I'll say that for me. I'll mirror myself.
Well, like, what are you? What's your current? I'm trying to think of
did
what
I
am
say that?
I'm trying to think of right now, today. What am I obsessed with? Like right now.
But it doesn't even. But I think that you answered the question. You don't have to have anything in particular that you're obsessed with. I think just.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just addressing obsessiveness in general. But
there's also degrees of obsessiveness. There's like OCD obsessiveness where you're just like you're like spiraling over things.
I don't have
do
the thing in the brain,
thoughts, but not like OCD.
No, because that is something that is so painful to like. I don't have it, but like I dated someone who had it for a little over 3 years, and watching someone go through like have to like live that way is something that is unimaginable
with OCD
to the level that this person had it. Yes, so sad.
I had a friend that was obsessed with this woman for like 3 years.
Fuck.
And it was really crazy watching him go through it, because I would stop and go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening here?
It's scary.
And he would even acknowledge that he was being crazy, but he couldn't pull out of it. And he finally did, but he could not get out of this thing. And like, I don't have that, You know, like I'm not obsessed. I don't obsess over people. Like I've been sad over people, but I don't obsess. I'm not like, you know, I'm like, okay, that's over. Then I got to move on. You know, like I'm not like
I get a little more.
You get obsessive.
Yeah, I'm better at it now. I think when I was younger, it was really bad, but I was obsessive over people.
I think I'm embarrassed to be obsessed. I feel like I don't want to be. Like I don't want to. I don't want to be that. I'm too embarrassed. I don't want to be that guy who's like.
Pretty embarrassing.
With the fucking boombox and the flowers or whatever, and like following you around and shit. Like I'm not doing that.
I've been that
no matter
guy.
how much I feel or whatever. I'm never gonna do that.
Yeah,
you're that.
Could be good.
I've been that guy. I've had guys like that, and a lot of the stories that I like went through today are about like.
Like, does it ever work? Like, do you ever obsess over someone who's jilted you and then you get them back? I don't think it ever works. Right.
I had an on and off thing that was rooted in obsession, but I think his
you were the obsessee.
Both of us were feeding into each other, but his
Toxic.
obsession was kind of like what Gabby was talking about was like, I think with just like being obsessed with like, I guess like with me ish, but I think my obsession was I have an obsession with control. Oh, yeah. And I try and control everything, and it like eats, it deteriorates my spirit when I do that.
Yeah, and you want to be in control.
Yes,
I looked at your Instagram the other day, and it was like, I saw something about like, you're like something about doms or something. You're like, I need to dominate. I don't know what I saw. I just kind of
wait, what?
Yeah, there was something on there. I was like,
whoa,
am I wrong?
I think you might. I don't know if I have.
You had a sex dream.
No, it wasn't a dream.
But yeah,
no, it's something alluding to you needing to be dominant in some sort of, or like looking for submissive men or something like that.
Oh, I have a shirt that says "I love submissive men" because I thought it was funny.
Oh, okay. And that's what.
But I myself am a submissive man. So
you're a submissive man.
I don't want another sub.
I always used to think that I was more of a dom, but no. When it comes to sex, I'm way more submissive.
Oh yeah, we're bottom girlies.
Pleasing. Yeah, big time.
I mean, I feel like, and again, I'm generalizing, but I feel like at the end of the day, most women are kind of a little.
I don't know. We got some doms on our listener roster.
Oh really?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start you off with a little short one, and you know what? You go.
Okay.
Yay,
I'll read
okay,
Can I read this out loud?
Just don't read the name.
Okay.
No, read it in your head.
Yeah. You read it and then you tell us what you think.
And we watch you react. And then we try to guess what the story's about.
Hey, Honks and Lee. What's Honks?
Wait, we call each other part.
Because you guys are honkies?
Let's describe what honks is.
Honkies?
Okay, so basically,
honkies.
I had just moved in with Gab in June of 2020. We were both going through breakups, or like we were both like sad over some shit. And one day I come downstairs and she's crying, I'm crying. We're like just very upset. And like we were kind of laughing at how upset we were over these guys. And we're like, God, we're acting like clowns. We're acting like honk fucking clowns, just honking our fucking red noses. And then we're like, honk. And then just like kept calling each other that. And then it just turned.
There's also that deep gut crying where you end up honking like a seagull, where you're like,
well, that's not what it was.
Okay. Yeah. And anyways, it will never be that.
Hi, Honks and Lee. When I was in high school, my boyfriend at the time was obsessed with me. And when I say obsessed, I mean obsessed. One time he didn't want me hanging out with my friend after school. So during school, he slashed her tires.
Stop.
What a psycho. See that kind of shit right there is like so.
That's personality disorder, though.
Like anything if I get a whiff of that, if I get the fucking slightest scent of that, I am so far gone because I would never tolerate or be involved in that in any like. No. If you tell me I can't hang out with someone, I'm like, you're out of your mind. Anyways, what a psycho. Another time he walked to my house during school and tried to break into my room by going on the roof, which was on the top story, then knocked on the front door, and eventually my older brother left him in the house thinking we were still together. Oh my God. Older brother let him in the house thinking we're still together. Then when I got home, I went to my room and he left a scream mask on my bed. No. Yo, fuck. Okay. There's also a time when he came to my house and hid in my towel cabinet. I didn't know he was there, and I was talking shit about him to my cousin, and he came out of nowhere and nonchalantly said he was hiding in my towel cabinet. Okay, so he's 5150 nuts. Like
he's
there's no
fucking
or is
crazy.
He just a creative?
He left a scream mask on her bed.
Nice touch.
There's also a time when he said the devil was talking to him. Okay, no, he's completely schizophrenic. He's schizo. Yeah, this is not even like this is an obsession. This is a schizophrenic man who you let fuck.
Not who you let fuck.
Maybe the pussy was so good that it made him schizo.
It made him crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah.
There's also a time.
Snatch.
Yeah. He said the devil was talking to him and telling him not to trust telling me not to trust him. LOL. To think about it now, I don't think he was obsessed. He was just crazy. Doy. LMAFO. So glad I got out of the relationship and I'm still alive. Haha. Sorry for the horrible writing and grammar. Says sad face. But I love you all on the podcast. XOXO. Yeah.
So you came to the conclusion on your own that he is, in fact,
before she said it, very much like the screen. That's insanity. Slashing your friend's tires is just done. Like you have to there's red flags and there's just like.
That's when you get the police involved immediately. Because these are the kinds of people that end up shooting up schools, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we didn't see the signs," and it's like, "Well, we did.
Yeah, we
were all there.
We couldn't have seen more signs if we actually tried."
Yeah.
The red flags abound, right? But those are post red flags. Those are like black flags.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like you can run some red flags and make it work, but the black flags get any kind of schizophrenia, madness, slashing of tires. Yeah. You can't hang out with this person. Like any of that shit, you got to get the fuck out.
It's crazy though, because sometimes we get into these headspaces where we think like, oh, maybe that's just how much they love me. No. Like if you're codependent, you know, okay, well, you know.
There's just like there has to be, you have to have a clear understanding of like what the boundaries are,
and also what love is. Yeah, because that is not
a lot
love.
Of people I don't think know what it is. They misconstrue it with obsession.
But if you listen, here's my theory.
Please.
If you take somebody out, right? I've experienced this. You take a woman out on a date and you talk to her, she'll tell you everything you need to hear on the first date, and she'll tell you all the bad stuff, right? Mm-hmm. She'll lay out like 5 things in that. It's like you can't help yourself. You're like, she's like, yeah, I burned my ex's house down, or like, what I did this, and like, yeah, I have a hard time being. She'll tell you all those things. Yeah. If you listen and just replay it in your head, you're like, oh, that's not going to work for me, and you have to fucking. And then you can still fuck around and hang out and have some fun, but know that it's not going to go. It's not going to go.
But then, if you're doing that with somebody that you've realized this about, you're getting yourself into some deep shit because you're seeing, oh, okay, I'm about to fuck around with a girl who's.
I mean, you know, you ever gotten head from a crazy woman? It's amazing.
No, I never have.
and that's where you're missing out on.
I never have.
I've never have either.
Wow.
Good for you.
Boring. Here's a fun one. Hi, gorgeous Gabby, haughty Harper, and luscious Lee. I had an obsession. I thought I told you guys it's Uncle Lee, but okay. I had an obsession that started when I was around 12 or 13 that led to some utterly cringe behavior that still haunts me to this day. After seeing the movie, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, I became obsessed with Golem. I loved his creepy voice and tried my best to do impressions of him. I would even beg my older brother and his guy friends to do their best impressions of Golem, and most of them were total nerds who happily obliged and said, "My precious," and the best Golem voice. I don't even know if that's Golem, but okay. The obsession manifested even more when I invented the Golem game. I would often babysit my younger siblings and their neighborhood friends, and this game kept us all entertained for hours. It was similar to the game Ghost in the Graveyard, where one is the hider and the other seekers need to run to a safe zone. Okay, so it's hide and seek after the ghost is found. In our version, the hider was Golem. We turned off all the lights in the house, and whoever was Golem had to jump out and scare seekers while yelling, "My precious." This led to so much screaming and chaos as the seekers ran away from Golem to the safe zone.
Okay,
oh my God. Okay.
Jesus Christ, what is going on?
I don't know.
Okay, so
and then the seekers ran from Golem, and then Golem was like, "I'm gonna have a sandwich," and then the sandwich portion of the game was like, "Let's have lunch." And then Golem's like, "I don't know, I'm not a seeker, but I'm a finder, but if you find me, you destroy me." And then I'm like, "I'll hide under a rock, but I'm going to be the rock."
Well, here's the thing. We all have to play it now, so that's why she spelled it out. Okay.
Can't wait.
Okay, so this is where it gets cringe. Well, my sweet, sweet, sweet angel, it actually already is, but I love that. Okay, so this is where it gets cringe. Around the same time, I started having my first real crush on this guy. Some backstory. Okay, wait. She was homeschooled, so everything's kind of clicking there, and went to a really conservative church. And I think this contributed to the unhinged behavior I'm about to describe. So this guy I had a crush on was my pastor's son, and he also loved Golem. This was back in the day of AIM, and his AIM screen name was "We Wants the Ring." I decided I would impress him by making my screen name Golem Girl 2003. It gets worse. When I would see this guy at our church youth group, I would start doing a crawl run on my hands and feet down the ground, Gabby, while yelling "My precious" in my best Golem voice. Well, my plans to win him over backfired. He ended up sending me an email saying he heard rumors I had a crush on him, but that he didn't feel the same about me. Damn. It was the first boy that made me cry over rejection and heartbreak. I can't believe the effort I put in to show this guy how much I loved Golem with my screen name crawling around yelling "My precious," and he shattered my heart through email. That's not the crazy part of the story. I still love Golem, and my husband now does a great impression of his voice. Okay, love you all. Love you.
She was like 12 when this happened, right? Obviously.
No, she was actually 26.
No. The Golem stuff?
I'm just kidding. I don't know how old she was.
It doesn't sound that bad. This doesn't sound like, it sounds like someone got obsessed with like,
But here's the thing, it doesn't even have to be that bad. It's just what his obsession led you to.
Oh, okay. Well,
here's the thing.
We're not talking about rock bottoms here. We're talking
we're not.
We went from one of like a psycho with a scream mask on the bed.
Well, we went really low, and I actually
like
had a really dark one pulled up, and so then Gab's reading this crazy one. So then I was like, let me lighten it up,
breaking it up a little
because
bit.
it's all about a spectrum. It can be as harmless as, hey, you love Golem. Now I don't know why the fuck you do, but it's okay.
But she did love Golem to the point where it kind of drove her to insanity because it was over impressing this guy.
And
I like that he just dropped the email on her. Like most, you know, like
I want to know
he didn't have to write the email and be like, I don't like you. Did he? Is it?
That was
very forthcoming.
That was very intense. That's why I want to know the age range, because like that's very intense.
Yeah.
But now her husband likes or like does Golem, so like they can.
I heard you have a crush on me. I think you suck and you're ugly. Like what the fuck? It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay. I'm thinking about.
Maybe I have a problem with
what?
Communication.
What? No.
Yeah, maybe.
So I was in obsession over this ex of mine, and I remember I like wanted to apologize. It was so stupid, but I embarrassed him. I mean, he's a pussy, but like I embarrassed him. So I was like, I need to apologize. So I wrote him this like big long email.
How did you embarrass him?
I talked about it on a podcast.
Oh.
It's fine.
It got
you used his full name?
I don't think so.
No, she didn't.
And also had 3 listeners.
Just to have her back. Yeah, it literally had 3 listeners, which was the producer, the host, Gabby. Okay, 4, and then the.
So he was obviously obsessed with me because he listened to the podcast. But
okay, flattered.
I know. So anyway, he got really mad and was just like, "That's so offensive. I can't believe." Blah. Anyway, I had to apologize. I like wrote him this like big apology because I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to prove to you why, I'm a bad person, and I was obsessed with this person, and I downloaded an app that tells you how many times somebody opens an email. So then I was obsessively looking at how many times he opened the email, and it was a lot. He opens it like 126 times in a day. So you could say the obsession was mutual.
He opened it 126 times. He read the email 126 times.
And he read it like immediately because it had like this app like has like read receipts.
Oh my God. That's
I know.
What if someone could make that?
Isn't that's obsessive?
That's making me feel crazy because I can't. I listen.
Yeah.
I am purposely cannot. I'm like, I don't look at my ex's shit. Right?
Really?
I don't. I have her muted. I don't look at her Instagram. I don't read her stories. I don't look at her fucking friend's Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to make herself feel bad. And I'm only going there to fucking just dig into,
emotionally cut.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, why?
That's good. I don't have that.
I know everyone I talk to is like, I'm like, why look? Because I'm going to find something there I don't like and I don't want to know. And it's easier for me to just like out of sight, out of mind. Let's move through this.
That's healthy.
That's really healthy.
Yeah, but it's also like, yeah, I guess.
But it also takes a lot of willpower. I used to be really bad. Like I had like the burner account and I would be like obsessively stalking and I would find things that made me crazy or like, no, I'm already making myself crazy, but like I would find things that hurt, and it really does rob you of your fucking peace.
Well, it gives you like I know the feeling. There's like there's a little sweetness, like, and then it hurts after.
Yeah, it's for a rush. You're doing it for kind of like a hit.
The pain feels good because it is a rush. You're kind of like,
what are they up to? What's going on?
Vindicated is the word, maybe, or validated that you're like, because you're going there to find something. So then you find it and you're like, aha. Okay.
There's only one thing you want to see and you're never going to see it. So it doesn't matter.
They're not,
Don't look. They're not like, you're not going to open up their page and there's like a shrine to you.
Right. I miss her so much. Come back.
It's not going to happen. So why look? Because it's not going to be there. It's never there.
Yeah.
And if it is there, then there's something wrong because that's not.
And that's fucking whack.
Yeah.
That's whack. Yeah. So don't look, and like everyone's like, why don't you unfollow? I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. Just mute it. And I'm not going to be like, because if I can look whenever I want, even if no matter what I do, I can always look. So I'm not going to look.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Oh, that's
Amen.
Strong man.
I'm also old, so I've been around the block a few times. So I don't, And then there's also a point where there's a point when you can get out where the pain is not that big of a deal. It's a very slight thing, and you want to look, and now you look, and you're like, okay, this hurts a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But right now is not the time.
And then you get to a point, I think like when you're good is when you get to the point where it doesn't even cross your mind to look at their social media.
Yeah.
And you're like, I haven't looked and
I heard that when you're fully over is when you can accept that person is like happy in a relationship, or like you can accept anything they're doing and be fine. Like they're pregnant or they're happy or they're with someone, whatever.
Yeah.
That's when you're fully over it.
Yeah.
And that takes time.
It fucking does, dude.
Yeah. Nothing for it.
Relationships, I guess, put us into obsession. Okay, it might be fairly obvious. I know this person. Might be fairly obvious who I am based on the situation that I'm talking about, but I will never admit it is me. Gabby knows me personally and knows that I'm a train wreck. I would not say that at all.
Male or female?
Woman.
Okay.
And I don't know them?
You don't know them.
Okay, and I
I have a baby, and then obviously someone help me make it. Someone help me make it, and that's my baby daddy. Okay. My baby daddy is a 37-year-old loser. She's young.
Oh.
Is a 37-year-old loser. She's a very young baby too, like a couple months. But that's another email for another day.
Oh,
I have him blocked on everything, but every once in a while, no, let's be real, probably every other day. Okay, daily. I am psychotic. I like that she's now seeing
we're getting to the meat of it.
Okay. I am psychotic. I unblock him to see if his Instagram followers and following number has gone up or down. So we could say that you are in obsession.
Why would you check to see if his followers are going up and down?
Because she wants to see if he's following girls.
She wants to see like what girls he's interacting with.
I've done this before. I know that. I know the fucking. I have done this.
Can you still see who guys are following?
No, it doesn't show you people's interactions with people, but you could see like
who I'm like. You can see like who I follow.
If your following has gone up, you can see who you've most recently followed.
Oh shit, that's fucked up.
I'm an expert. Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
It is fucked up. For some reason, I can always tell who's the new follower, and I look at that person's profile. I even know when a girl stops seeing my baby daddy because of how often I check the follower to following ratio. And I would look at this girl's pictures and see if his like was gone. And it was so...
Wait, you remove a like from a picture?
If you like block somebody, it takes their likes away.
So, but why does something not working out instantly mean a block? Is that how you have to just block someone when you stop fucking them?
I don't know. Some people do. She's obsessively checking.
I mean, listen, when you have a child with somebody, I think there's a certain amount of a laudable obsession. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right.
Like, it's not just like, it's like you have a fucking kid. Like, yeah, you want to know what you're
going to be, this person is going to be in your orbit
forever.
Forever.
And I know she's young, and
how old is she?
I think she says in here, but she's probably in her very early 20s.
Yeah.
Well, very early 20s, maybe 24.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe she might be younger than that. Okay. So I saw the like was gone, and I knew, and it was, so I knew that meant she blocked him. So when he called drunk, which is weekly, I said, oh, Mary ended things. And he was like, what are you talking about? I'm openly crazy with him and I don't care.
I had a girlfriend. I had this girl that when I was young, I was seeing, and I was very terrible because it was like a string along thing. And I was like, and she would just call shit out all the time, be like, oh, so you're fucking so-and-so. And I'd be like, and of course I deny it. She knew everything. Yeah. I was like, how does she know everything I'm doing all the time? She's like, oh, you think this girl's cute? Oh, you think she's cute? Blah, blah. I'll be like, and I'd always deny it, but she knew. Even it wasn't even internet based. She just had intuition. Like I would meet a friend of hers, she's like, you think she's hot? And I was like, what am I doing? Like my eyes are popping out of my head. Like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, what is it, that cartoon?
Awooga, the fucking the wolf. He's just like,
My ex was like this. He always knew, and he would call me and be like, who's this?
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody. And a lot of times it was nobody, but it made me feel like.
But he would say that after you broke up, or when you were together?
On both.
So like, you can call it. I can think about like, yeah, you can call it. You just know someone well enough. You're like, you think this dude's hot. You can just tell by the dude.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, boom. Oh, I see what you're doing.
It was funny. I followed, there's a guy that we both know, and it was after my ex and I had broken up, but we followed each other on Instagram, and I'd never spoken to this guy. But my ex called me immediately and was like, I know that you fucking like this guy. And I was like, no, I don't.
Right.
And I actually didn't, but he like immediately went there, and I was like,
you're like, I didn't, but now.
I think that's also like a younger vibe, I think. Right.
Well,
he was a grown man, so don't worry about that.
When you're 40.
Yeah.
What?
When he's 40.
Oh.
It's just insecure. And it wasn't a stable relationship anyway, so it's like
there was a lot of my damage in there.
Well, you guys know I read this thing in the Atlantic recently that attachment.
Okay, Mr. Atlantic.
Well, it's not like I'm Okay, anyways. Okay, I read this thing in Us magazine that says
there we go.
Yeah, me likey.
It's just on whatever's on my phone. It's just said that basically attachment style in America is like a 56% drop in healthy attachment style. People are just like cannot feel safe in relationships or not attaching.
Social media, dude.
But it's
social
also
media,
it's insecure.
COVID,
It's
everything.
People being fucking insecure.
But the insecurity
because
is driven.
also there's too many fucking. It's even with like online dating. Like we were talking about this the last time, but like with online dating, I feel like it also just like you just become aware of how expansive the dating scene is, and there's so many options, and like everyone's just like a little like I don't know. It's people become expendable
when you're seeing how many fucking hot people exist in the world, as opposed to like 50 years ago when you just saw who was in your town.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know, and you're just kind of dating.
And also that generation though, the younger generation is like. Everyone is like poly, bi, non-binary, but everything's like it's a free for all, and they're trying to smash all the norms of like marriage and gender and all these things. It's like, yeah, all that shit's great, but the reality is like, if you're gonna have a family, it's got to be nuclear on some level. People got to be there. You can't have fucking 6 boyfriends. Like, I don't think it works, you know. But like, and I don't want to. You think I want to be
6 girlfriends and 1 man?
Whoa, no, that's fair.
That's
fair.
No.
Hey, Alex.
What about polygamy?
I don't want to. No, I don't. Do you think I want to be a fucking middle-aged male thought? Like, I don't want to do that shit. I want to find another person and share my life with them. I don't want to fucking be like, you know, and that could be very easily a thing that I slip into for like a couple of years where I'm just like a wash in these like cycle of women coming in and out. And like, I don't want to do that. That's fucking terrible. You feel like shit. You feel fucking like a.
You do.
It's empty.
You know? It's empty. It's not even, and also it's not even fun fucking people that you don't like. It's horrible.
Okay, I was just talking to my friend about this last night. Fucking people you don't like, it doesn't, it sounds fun in theory, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go out tonight, whatever, but it's like, the sex is going to be bad. You don't know each other's bodies. Yeah. It's awkward. It's weird. Okay, then you guys do something so intimate and then it ends and then you're like,
everybody's just kind of trying to come. Nobody.
It's fast food. It's fast food. It's a McDonald's cheeseburger that's amazing what's in your mouth, and as soon as you fucking finish eating it, you go, oh.
Yeah.
No, there's like a grossness to it.
It's so nice though when you in the beginning, you know, you have that first bite, that first warm, juicy bite. You're like, oh fuck yeah,
exciting.
Yeah, and then afterwards you're like, you taste that styrofoam
like, Happy Meal, yum, and then you're like,
and you keep
I'm gonna have diarrhea.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, I know I'm openly crazy with him and I don't care. I know about his mom's small business that he's trying to start a website with. I visited the website. It sucks.
Jesus.
I know about a blog he wrote about his sobriety 10 years ago. I know both of his girlfriends that he's had in his life and that he really was just a guy that they used to cheat on their husbands and boyfriends with. And I threatened to name our kid after both of them when he pissed me off. Okay. This is...
Honey, keep going.
Part of the reason I'm so attached is obviously because I have this baby and I'm heartbroken. But the other part is it's kind of funny that I was abandoned with a child, yet his life is going to shit and he's a train wreck now. I don't know if any of this is crazy or unhinged, but I have alternative accounts for everything and I have burner accounts, burner phone numbers. I have other people check his stuff. I even know his Discord name. No, it's pretty unhinged. I look at all of his stuff daily and then I immediately block him. It's not healthy and I do have a referral to go to therapy, but I'm not in the mood to go right now. He moved to another state, but I still drive by his old house because I miss him and I have this fantasy that he'll move back. It's not healthy, but it's how I'm coping. I hope that was crazy enough.
Now
that made me really sad.
I feel like all the different, like it gets very dirty and like you start feeling like really like all the obsessive accounts, like the technology.
It becomes a part-time job and it becomes like almost like an emotional cancer because it's just like consuming you.
The technology makes it so much more like weirdly insidious. Like I popped open a dating app the other morning randomly. I signed up for one, like I was half asleep. I signed up.
You're on Raya,
No.
Grindr,
yeah. I popped up on Grindr and I was like, this is going to work. No. But I looked at it for 10 minutes and I was like, this is hell on earth.
Yeah.
There's everyone here. And I eventually shut it down. I was like, I can't do this. Like, because
horrible.
Everyone on there was like, every person on there was like so far from anyone that I'd ever be interested just by your striped sweater and your makeup and your sunglasses and like your hair and the fucking dog and your dumb quote and your fucking yoga
and the
pants.
fucking quotes and the little prompts.
I don't think it sells people authentically. So in the pandemic, I downloaded it for maybe 2 hours and Gab and I are like looking on there and I'm like, oh, okay. And it just made me feel gross. Really and after like gross. 2 or 4 hours, I just deleted it because I was like, I don't want to be presenting myself like, pick me, choose me. I'm like, this is just kind of like insidious, and I don't want to.
It
the
gets
technology makes everything so fucked up.
It does. And it like you were saying, it gets me super in judgment, and I'm already so judgmental. But then I get on those dating apps and I just get really fucking riled up looking at these guys, and I'm like, you stupid fuck, you fucking loser, dude. And like, it doesn't feel good.
You fucking loser.
You fucking loser standing there with your fucking fish and you're stupid. You know,
Yeah.
I love adventure. And I'm like, oh, do you? Oh, you love adventure?
Well, because people are the mass majority of people are really, really, really fucking boring.
Really
don't have
fucking
any don't have any actual interest. They're just doing what the fuck they've been told to do, and they're interested in like, I love, no offense to anyone here, but like, it's Star Wars Day. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't. I
liked the anger that I just saw right there. I'm not kidding. I actually do like that.
It's frustrating to me because it's just.
I liked it because it was honest. I like that because you just let out like a real honest moment, and I think more people need to be honest like that.
Last week we talked about dating apps. We set up a dating app for Lee. By the way, how's it going?
Terribly.
Okay, and I love that. Well, now what we're gonna do, Lee, I think what we're gonna do is
not one.
Well, it's hard.
We're gonna do a joke one.
We'll have to do a joke one.
We'll do the joke
we gotta do voice prompts.
Yeah.
I loved it when I was
because trying to be earnest, I guess, isn't working. So let's do a joke.
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Okay.
What's you're not dating women anymore? Or are you just dating?
No, I am. Yeah. But like
strictly titly. That's your move.
Strictly titly. Yeah.
It's pretty good, right? No.
It made me sad. But that one did make me sad. That one kind of like, okay.
That hits you where it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not this one. She's strictly dickly. She's strictly titly.
Yeah. But
baby.
So now you're just dating women.
Mm-hmm.
And is that what you're like? If you're bisexual, you're like, I'm just gonna date women for 6 months, or you're like, or just whatever you feel like.
I mean, I feel like for everyone it's different. I feel like for me personally, I feel like anytime I've like been dating, I don't feel like I don't think I've ever gone like dating both at the same time. I do feel like if I'm like dating women, then I'm just gonna date women, and if I'm dating men, I'm just gonna date men. That maybe it's because I have ADD and it's like it's too distracting and I need to like focus. But
because what you told me is that because you're bisexual, you're not instantly attached, so you're dating multiple women.
You're not right now. No,
you're dating one woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're one woman lady.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why'd you look at her? Is it you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her.
Yeah, it's me.
Is John getting the best of both worlds?
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
No, John and I are getting the best of both. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really working those cheeks.
Yeah.
Really
well,
towering.
Yeah.
Gabby.
Don't talk about my girl like that. But
very cool.
Yeah. It is.
Very cool. Way to go, John.
Should we have Alex read another story?
I think we should. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hey, Sassy, Gassy, and P. When I was 19, I met a guy on some chat site who got obsessed with me for a while. We chatted online as friends for a couple months, and he drove to see me one night. Okay, this is like Midwestern vibes. I've been very clear about not wanting a relationship and just fun, which he agreed to. Okay. He was nice enough when we met, but pretty clingy and overfamiliar, which was icky. Just a fun night, I thought, until he told me he loved me when he was leaving. I told him he didn't know me to love me, and definitely I didn't love him, but he quizzed me repeatedly about why I didn't love him back.
No.
Fuck! For a few weeks after, he got quite intense, calling and messaging me loads to tell me he missed me. He messaged her loads to tell me he missed me and loved me, and always commenting with cringe innuendos on all of my posts. Whenever I said I wasn't into him, he'd deny it or say I would love him if I gave it a shot. He was delusional. That should be all caps. When that failed, he got manipulative. He said he hated his life, told me he was bipolar and needed me because he was having a breakdown. Okay. He threatened to drive to my place because he needed me, but luckily he was miles and miles away, and I live with lots of guys. Here's the deal, people. When somebody is bipolar or they threaten something, suicide of something like that, you go ahead.
Is that what you do? Is that the actual text?
Go for it.
And in the tone, no, because it's not just the words. I really hope you're listening to his tone. Go ahead.
I can't be with you. I'm going to kill myself. Do it.
Go ahead.
I dated someone like that. I dated a woman like that in my very early 20s, and she would always threaten that. Like if I was going to,
she held you hostage.
I'm going to fucking kill myself. And I was like,
okay.
And at first I would fall for it. Like, okay, I won't go out. And then at the very end, I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I did, because I know that crazy. I'm like, no, you're not going to. That's the end result.
You can't hold someone hostage by saying that you're going to fucking kill yourself. Like,
and then, and guess what? And then if they kill themselves, then, well, guess what? Then it's over.
They were going to kill themselves no matter what.
Exactly.
It's got nothing to do with you.
I don't think it's up for us to judge how people reach their end goal of serenity.
Right.
And so
their end goal, that's your final exit in life, and that's your trajectory, then so be it. You're going to kill yourself over like some mid dick, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? Not me.
Couldn't be me.
Mid, super mid. Well, couldn't be me. He threatened to drive to my place, and one time he threatened me that I didn't let him come and live with me. He'd kill himself. I was sick of his shit by then, so I said he'd have to go ahead and do it because he was sure as fuck wasn't going to move in with me. Bam!
This is after one date. He continues to do
one
this?
date. That must have been some fucking bomb.
Did she say that they fucked, or she just left that out?
Yeah, she told him that she was she just wanted to have fun, and he got clingy and said he loved her after one night.
So we can insinuate that they had sex.
But she said just a fun night, I thought. So she had fun until he told me he loved me. So he was doing good until he said that.
They had like a fun, cute hookup. Like, okay, great.
Something snapped, and he said, "I gotta tell her."
Because I know we were just shitting on like the cheap energy exchanges, but sometimes it can be fun.
Yeah,
and sometimes this happens.
After a couple of weeks of showing complete disinterest, he got sick of me and declared I was a using bitch. Thank Christ for that. But then he struck up some online friendship with a weird girl I went to high school with, which seemed like some odd obsession fix. At least he was leaving me alone, though. Me and my friend nicknamed him Mentally Ill Phil after that, which is a little bit cruel looking back. But this guy hounded me for fucking weeks. Every quarter or so for a few years, he'd message me and tell me he wanted another chance or wanted to be friends. I told him to get fucked every time. So don't worry, guys. He's still alive. See, this is a person who is healthy, who is navigating this craziness and said, fucking do it. And the guy didn't do it, of course, because if they're going to do it, they're going to do it.
It's true.
Also, as someone who has experienced people that have killed themselves, I feel like that was a weird way to say it, but you guys get it. But the people that kill themselves are never like, I'm going to fucking do it. Watch out. They're never like that. They're like, hey, so tomorrow we should get coffee. And then you're not going to because they kill themselves. Yeah. Right. It's like a deep burning.
The cry for help doesn't.
No, that doesn't ever reach outside. But when the people that are loud mouthing like this.
It's all like narcissistic.
I mean,
performative manipulation.
Yeah. And there's also like the thing, the guy saying that he loved her after he fucked her once. It makes me remember how many, I haven't done anything that crazy ever, but it just it reminds me of how much like trial and error of like a young guy dating, of like how much fucking up I've done as a young person when I was dating women, and like how much like fumbles, just like you have to fumble the bag a million times. Like you have to kiss all the frogs and you have to do everything wrong to figure out how to do shit right, you know? Or at least I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do shit, or like being like, worrying about like being young and being like, is this person gonna, like, this is back in like the fucking in like the answering machine days of being like, are they gonna call? Like you couldn't see everything all the time. And like I'm having that thing where you have this like thing and you're like, are they gonna fucking call? And like that doesn't, you don't, you grow out of that eventually. I mean, there is anxiety.
Yeah.
But like you eventually grow out of that thing of like, until they really mean something to you, you don't have that feeling. But there's one point. Unless
you're literally mentally ill.
Unless you're mentally ill. But maybe, I think a lot of it is trial and error in the beginning. And
what about people that like end up staying together since like fucking high school, and that's that? Like that.
Yo, my intern.
Oh shit, okay.
My intern Ed, love Ed. He's been dating his girlfriend since he's 16. I'm like, what the fuck are you? He goes, I'm Catholic. I go, holy shit. I'm like, you fucked one. They fucked one. They just one person they fucked.
Like
your body count is one.
Okay, so my friends, they met in, I believe, middle school or very beginning of high school.
Wow.
Stayed together all 4 years. Stayed together in college. They break up for like half a year or something. They each go out and they sleep with like one other person. They were like, and they just missed each other. Came back. They've been together ever since. And like, I just went to their wedding in last August.
It's like those birds that pair for life. Like
or lobsters.
Lobsters?
I'm pretty sure they do that.
Oh yeah.
That movie, The Lobster.
Groundhogs. Yeah, the lobster. Oh my god, here she goes.
Oh, there we go.
But I feel like if you fuck one person your entire life, it's either ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Or it's the best sex in the world, and you wouldn't know the difference.
You wouldn't know the difference
because you just had one. You got one hole and one stick.
But eventually,
Two holes, 3 holes.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, don't erase us, Alex,
sorry.
please.
But don't you think eventually, okay, if you're fucking one person forever, eventually you guys would be like, let's get crazy, and then you would like the sex would start getting like wild and.
Or maybe it also just kind of fizzles because you essentially are like siblings at that point if you've been together that long.
Yeah, like all sex, there's any relationship you're in for a long term of time. There's a point in which you're like, I guess we gotta fuck now. Like, it's like maintenance.
What
you're like,
is that?
And you have to like crank it up, the sex machine. You're like, all right, I gotta get myself going because it just, I think it ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it comes back, but there's definitely periods in the middle where it's boring. It's just normal. It's human nature. Like it's just gonna be like,
because we also all know we've all had enough sex to be like, I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna feel good. I'm gonna come and okay, it's like whatever.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. The first 6 to 8 months, oh man, that's so fun.
And that's a sweet spot.
Oh my god, you just can't get enough of that person. You're just like,
This is how it's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna be forever.
This time it's different. I could never
then we're
change.
obsessed.
And then all of a sudden you're like, all right.
You're like, oh fuck, you might just watch fucking HBO.
Yeah,
That's so
right.
funny.
And that's then that
Let's
becomes
just
more
eat.
fun than fucking.
Okay, I have a little short one. I am unhealthily obsessed with stalking my husband's ex-girlfriend on Instagram.
Yes, I love this.
I even have a Finsta account as some random dude with a truck for a profile picture. And the craziest thing is that I'll interact with the stupid little ass with her stupid little ass from time to time.
No.
Wait, so is this the ex?
Listen, it's her husband's ex-girlfriend.
Crazy.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, we'll let it keep going. Okay, and she has a Finsta account as some random dude with a truck, and she interacts, and I quote, with her stupid little ass from time to time. She goes, I don't know why is all capitalized. I don't know why I'm so obsessed. Maybe it's because I'm comparing myself to her or trying to see what it is about her that my husband once loved out of some morbid curiosity. Here's the lamest part. I've been married to my husband for a decade.
No.
Why, all capitals? Why am I still stalking this bitch? There's literally no reason. Maybe I'm secretly a lesbian like Gabby, and subconsciously I want to fuck my husband's ex. She is fuckable. Stupid, but fuckable.
Jesus. Fuck.
You scare me and I like it.
Yeah, that's deranged.
That's
crazy.
Stupid, but fuckable.
I can't imagine doing that. That's insane.
They've been married 10 years and
We've been
she's
married
still talking.
10 years.
Wow.
She has the Finsta truck.
The fact that you interact with it is next level. I have definitely looked at exes, new girlfriends, or current partners' exes.
Mm-hmm.
I have looked at my current partner's ex's Instagram, and
Well, yeah, that's normal. You're gonna check it out. You want to see what's going on.
But
Yeah, you
this
gotta
a
survey the
decade
scene.
later, decade later, and having an Instagram that you interact with,
It's like,
her is
girly
next
girl,
fucking
you
level.
won. You got him.
Yeah, you got
You guys have been together
making
for
a
a decade.
Finsta, like that whole game too of like making a Finsta to go look at stuff. Just don't look. You're going down a dark path. You have another account. You log into it. You're masquerading as someone else to watch someone. It's like
It's crazy.
It's too much. We don't need to see all that. You don't need to see everything.
No,
We don't.
Just
no.
don't need to
I had
see
to
it.
delete mine because I was
Your
really.
Finsta?
Yeah, I did. I deleted
Yeah.
that a long time ago because I do get kind of compulsive, and again, like my control thing comes in, and so then I'm trying to see like how they're living, and I'm like, uh-oh, that's not for you. That's not your fucking business.
Yeah.
And I know how I know my tendencies, and so I had to just cut that out because it is like fucking crack to me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
doing
into this
it.
like animalistic fucking.
you
I
get
gotta know
feral.
everything. Oh yeah, you get
Well,
fucking
we're not.
feral.
Yeah, we're not. Our brains are not supposed to be accessing that much inside information at the drop of a hat. It's just not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Like we shouldn't be able to see, we shouldn't be able to see this many people at once. We shouldn't be able to see like their export, like know what the fucking
No.
ex is doing. What are they wearing? To
And
look
what
at
their
story.
mom's doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I can't believe I found my boyfriend's ex, and I like, ugh, it gives me I looked
The
her
one
up.
with the kids.
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
Not me wanting to see it. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta
And
stop.
you had to, and then there's
Oh, it's
something.
wild.
There is like a little.
Did you DM her from a truck?
Yeah. I said,
Nice
hey,
kids.
nice kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice kid, honey. You just
Nice
have a
kid, yeah.
relationship with her.
I start a full on relationship
Yeah,
with her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know if you want
That's
to
pretty
You
dope.
know there's a story like that out there somewhere.
100%.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys! Did you see that Patton Oswalt movie? I'm forgetting what it's called, but there's a Patton Oswalt movie where he he has a shit relationship with his son, and the son's like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Like, fuck off, don't talk to me. And the dad's like, fuck. So he creates a this like hot girl on
Okay,
Facebook.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I know, but dark and it's
Yeah.
incest. So Patton Oswalt creates this like dating profile, not dating, but he creates this like hot girl Facebook and starts messaging his son, and his son falls in
No.
love with his dad's catfish.
It's called I Love My Dad.
It's called yes.
Oh,
Wait, is
my
that new?
God.
It came.
New. It just came out
That
last
is so
year.
dark.
Yeah, last
It's a-
year.
It's a
So
dark
Yeah, this
comedy.
is what I was telling you about. I'm not kidding. I was screaming, and like you know how we joke and like
I
nothing
love
phases
my-
us.
yeah.
I was screaming and cringing watching this. Like there are like I don't. Okay, I'm
Dark
not gonna
comedy,
blow.
right?
Yeah,
Ooh, I would love to watch
It's-
that.
I fucking loved it.
Okay, that's a really good premise.
It's very uncomf, but good. Now what in
You're
the
gonna give yourself a massage?
now talk about Star Wars. What the hell's this?
Sorry.
What was that?
I don't know.
He just pulled out his vibrator real quick.
That was it, yeah.
I think that we could end it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you pulled out the vibrator.
Yeah.
You're gonna give yourself a.
My back hurts. I have this thing's in my car, so I was gonna. It was a stupid.
You can
idea.
use it.
It was a dumb idea.
No, please use it.
No, you're innovative, and you said
Please use it.
just in case this conversation goes flat with these fucking.
You like how I just I'm such a piece of shit. You're telling a story and I just start turning on the blender. I'm just like, Murr. I'm just like so checked out.
No, and here's the thing,
sorry,
and we know that, and
Thank
but
you.
that's been
I
the tone from the
apologize.
beginning. But here's the thing, and we love it. And also,
like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Listen, tell a friend, like and subscribe, and join us on the Patreon because Tea Time is going viral. We got subscribers. People are going to have pretty soon. They're going to be petitioning for merch. We're going to be selling Diva cups. We're going to be selling doilies.
Yes.
We're going to be selling
doilies.
captain's hats.
Yeah.
Those things, bedazzled fucking dildos, all the good things you need.
Yeah.
pubic hair
Gabby-
extensions.
Yeah, pubic hair extensions,
It's a
merkins.
merkin.
Gabby will
Okay.
come over and step on your balls with her fucking Cortez.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, whatever needs to happen, whatever needs to get done, it will get done on the Patreon after hours, after dark, where it gets explicit. We're going to talk about finger fucking, finger blasting, partying hard, licking, sucking, slurping, burping, farting, licking, titching, touching, cats, dogs, chickens, piranhas.
So thank you to our new host of the show. This is your show now.
Yeah, this is
Taking
Alex
over.
Two-Tone.
Alex Two-Tone
At Powerful Truth Angels.
at powertruthangels.com.
That's where we're at. .biz.
.biz.
.edu. Like and subscribe. Tea Time 42069.
See you on
No, let's.
What the fuck is Tea Time 42069?
42069.
Why do you have that number?
No.
Because Tea Time was taken?
Yeah, because I made it
You guys,
up. I made it
oh
up.
my God. Tell a friend. Tea Time Stories 42069 at Gmail.
The prompts.
42069.
Twitter has been deleted. Don't worry about it. So we.
You
all the
deleted Twitter?
Yeah.
I don't have one. She deleted.
She deleted hers.
Why?
Okay. Whoa.
Are you on it?
Are you on
Twitter's
it?
the worst
Not-
of them.
I'm only on Twitter to see other. I have a lurk. Not a lurker.
Okay, Mr. Lurk, and it comes out.
Okay.
I have an account to see what other people are doing on Twitter, but I don't
I do
go.
too,
I
and-
rarely go on it.
Gabby has a burner called Mr. Big Checks, and she used to harass me on my
Mr.
Twitter
Big Checks.
at Mr. Big Checks, and she would leave like really graphic messages under my Twitter. And one time, all my
I'd
reply
ask her to
guys
show
got
her-
really
show-
mad at
show
her.
her
They're like,
tits.
"Hey, don't talk to her like that. She's more than just a hole." And then you're like, "Hey, I'm just saying, I like her
She's more than
jugs."
just a hole.
I would like
What are
sexually
reply
harass
guys?
her.
Those are guys that reply on your behalf?
Yeah,
Oh,
It would
I
stick
had
up
like
for
an
her.
army come at Gabby.
whoa.
I would say, hey, Harper-Rose, I've been DMing you. Do you think maybe I could pay you to send me a picture of your tits? I can't stop thinking about them.
Yeah.
And then men would, get really worked up and be like, don't talk to her like this.
Did you almost get the pic?
No, I did get the pic.
Oh.
She wouldn't send it to me.
What would it cost? What would your threshold be? The money threshold. Everyone's
And
got a
find
price.
out on Patreon, guys.
You find out on
Yeah.
Patreon.
If you want to see her tits, subscribe to Patreon. We'll tell you there.
This is all tits. The whole fucking feed. The Discord is tits.
No
tits,
face,
tits.
just tits.
I've
yeah,
got a
just tits.
hemorrhoid. You can see my hemorrhoid.
We got anal fissures.
Hemorrhoids and
tits.
tits. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
Well, where can we find you, Alex? Do you want to plug stuff? at
No,
the
I
end?
don't wanna
Do you
plug
wanna push
anything.
you
it?
can find him hiking in Griffith Park.
But I'll be in Griffith Park hiking, and I'll be in that one bush where all the guys are.
No, at the Glory Hole Bush.
The Glory Hole
and
Bush.
You can find him telling his truth on his podcast.
Yeah,
Powerful Truth.
Powerful Truth Angels is a podcast, and Alex Two-Tone is my Instagram. Who gives a shit?
A lot of people have found me from your podcast.
Oh, really?
I went
lot
to
of
get
people.
pizza the other night, and someone
Mhm.
recognized me from having you on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you Powerful Truth Angels is pretty powerful.
I mean, it's all right. It's like I don't know.
I've gotten a lot of fucking heat from it.
I
so.
I will say this. I do get hit. I do get stopped a lot. People are just like, yo, Powerful Truth Angels. And I'm like,
See?
you listen, you watch, because the show's like very like, it's not, I'm not setting the world on fire with that thing. But I know that
You don't
definitely,
have to.
people definitely watch it. People like it. People identify with it, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck.
Is Maddie still on it?
Yeah, every day. No, he's not on. He has a TV show on FX. He's not on fucking my podcast. He'll be on in June. Maddie's on. Yeah, Maddie's gonna fly in from Chicago from the Bear to do my show once a week.
Is he on the Bear now?
It's
I'm
his
actually gonna
show.
scream.
I
It's
didn't
his
know
show.
that. I
He's
didn't
like the
I haven't
producer.
watched the fucking show.
Yeah, he produces it. It's
Oh my
great.
God, I love
It's like a
Bear.
smash hit.
The Bear
It's
is
huge.
fantastic.
He just did season 2. Maddie's like a real TV star now.
God, look at him go.
I know. When he comes in
Must be
town, I just go
nice.
hang out with him and fucking Benny and eat sushi.
That's really
So we're
cool.
still friends.
And that's the podcast,
Okay.
guys. And I honestly love that.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you on
Thank you, guys.
Patreon.
Thank you.